If you were a child in the 80s or 90s, and maybe even if you were an adult, you probably lost a few nights' sleep to Unsolved Mysteries. Hosted by the leathery-voiced Robert Stack and featuring one of the eeriest theme songs in TV history, the long-running reality show scared the bejesus out of a generation with stories about brutal murders and baffling disappearances, yeti sightings and alien abductions, medical mysteries and long-lost loves. Airing for 9 seasons on NBC and later moving to CBS and Lifetime, the program was both well ahead of its time, inviting audiences to help solve a mystery, as they would later via countless Reddit discussions and hit podcasts, and firmly of it, with dated reenactments and lo-fi special effects. Sometimes corny, often terrifying, Unsolved Mysteries left a mark on pop culture. Now, like so many other nostalgia-steeped properties from the 1990s, it's being revived for the streaming era. 6 new episodes of Unsolved Mysteries premiered Wednesday on Netflix, and another batch is slated for later this year. The spooky theme song is back in a new arrangement, and the franchise has likewise been retooled to suit contemporary tastes. There's no host, no narration and no more literal reenactments. Each episode focuses on a single subject, allowing for a greater level of detail and nuance. Stylistically, the reboot, executive produced by Shawn Levy, shares as much DNA with the Jinx, or Making a Murderer, as the original Unsolved Mysteries. I have a sense of how we might captivate the young viewer of today, and that's where our ambitions lie for this show, to satisfy fans of the original and to indoctrinate people who come to this with no history, says Levy, likening it to his Netflix hit, Stranger Things, in its cross-generational appeal. Executive producer Terry Meurer says she and fellow co-creator John Cosgrove have wanted to bring Unsolved Mysteries back ever since they stopped producing new material in the early 2000s. And she says that right now, at a moment when the internet has empowered amateur sleuths, is the ideal time for it. The fervent armchair detectives really like to dig into the details of these cases, and I think after they watch each episode they'll go to Google. People are sophisticated, they're hungry for more information and they want longer-form stories. She and Cosgrove were reality TV pioneers, producing documentaries about subjects such as gun violence and missing children for HBO and NBC. Unsolved Mysteries began airing in 1987 as a series of specials, hosted by Raymond Burr, Karl Malden and then Stack, which NBC used to plug holes in its schedule. Meurer had initially worried that audiences would be frustrated by so many incomplete stories. Then we started to solve cases and we realized we can create endings for these cases. It was very exciting that we were solving cases at the rate that we were.